welcome to your podcast.
Hi, Phoebe, for
Hi.
those who've never met you.
Yeah, Phoebe, content creator extraordinaire.
Today we're doing a little bit different.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a little bit different, guys, because obviously most of you have heard of Phoebe.
Yeah, I was gonna
She's
say.
my left leg, right leg, left arm, but I've kept my other arm. But yeah, do a little bit different because everyone always asks about you.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be good to do this episode a little bit different.
Yeah.
Bring the team on and
Get chatting.
Get
a bit more info about you. Because I feel like you do a lot of interviews where you speak about other people. We need to know a bit more about you, about what you've done.
you know everything about
I
me.
know.
If you haven't
all
seen,
of
guys,
it.
if you head over to my YouTube, you'll see a 36-minute video on my story.
36 minutes.
Yeah, Phoebe loved editing that.
It took me so long. It took me literally weeks. So I just got fed up with it because it was just such a long video. And you have to watch 36 minutes of recording to see it. And
But you have to realise that it's 24 years of my life into 36
to be fair.
So
It was, yeah.
You're like reiterating my life. Like I'll say a sentence and you'll complete it.
Oh yeah, I know it off by heart. I know your whole story from start to finish. I know it. I don't need these questions, I know them, but everyone else needs to know. So, transitioning from studying law to a gym brand, very, very different things.
Completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why did that happen?
Okay, why did it happen? Who knows? I'm still asking today. No, obviously the brand is called Gym Law. Studied law.
Yeah.
Gym Law. Obviously, as you know, I've always been entrepreneurial since you've met me a year and a half ago. No, I've always been entrepreneurial. But I was in the gym with my dad. I was studying law in uni. I wasn't fed up, but I was bored. And I was looking at my lecturers and I was just thinking, this isn't where I want to be. Like, I know that I want to achieve big things. I want to be a barrister. Then I was trying to work out the years it would take to get to a certain point. And I thought, my lecturer definitely didn't want to be a lecturer. I guarantee it. So I went and spoke to my lecturer at the end of this lecture anyway. And I was like, what is it that you wanted to do? He wanted to be a barrister. Did he ever want to teach me? No, he didn't. But it never worked out for him. And then I remember going to the gym and speaking to my dad and saying, I don't want to do this. I want to set up a brand. And he was like, well, what do you like to do? And I was like, well, I love the gym. Obviously, I'm interested in law. I'm interested in like criminal law. And he went, set up a gym brand then. I was like, gym. And he was like, law. I was like, gym law. And he went, gym law. 2 months later, we set up Gym Law. And I'd like to say there was a bigger story where I was like, oh, I just love gym wear. I didn't. I do now. But I've been in the gym my whole life. My dad was a bodybuilder throughout my younger years. And I just felt like I resonated with that a lot. And at the time I started the brand, COVID then hit as well. And I'm actually grateful for it because it helped me sort my mindset out. I inspired so many women during lockdown because of it. So that kind of just made me stick to gym law than actually pursuing law because I got so much more out of growing a brand and building this big team of global ambassadors and changing women's lives and making them feel confident in themselves in the gym. I got more out of that than sending a drug dealer to prison, do you know what I mean?
I mean, you would. Like, you would get more out of it. But then going from, obviously, gym law and then going into COVID, that's when you set up the agency that is now global or everywhere. But, wow, what was the question? What inspired you to start the agency and what sets it apart from other agencies?
Okay, well, this comes on to our new business idea that we're working on as well, but we'll keep that for another day. Okay, so moved into the offices. Obviously, the stock got held at customs, completely out of my control. Gym law taxes were ridiculous. And I mean, I was importing stock and I was getting like £2,000, £3,000 bills.
Stupid, wasn't it?
So there's no profit on that product. And I remember thinking, I used to cry constantly. Now I don't anymore. I'm stronger. But back then, to me at the time, I was investing every penny I had. And I was like, this is just not paying the bills. And we had no idea when COVID was going to end. There was no like, okay, well, don't worry, you need to do this for 3 months. It was, you had no idea. And I thought, this isn't sustainable. Moved into this office. And that was the first 4 weeks that happened when I had no stock to pay the bills. So I was like, what am I good at? But the only thing that I'd outsourced at the agency was my ads. But originally I ran my ads myself. And me running my own ads was how I built 750 global ambassadors. But then when I outsourced that, when I moved into the office, I thought, well, I know what I'm doing. I've already set the ads up. All they need to do is take over it. And this agency, I thought, was going to excel the business.
Exactly.
And it didn't. It didn't. Which, okay, fair enough. It didn't work. And yeah, obviously I don't want to say anything bad because it wasn't that it was a bad situation. I just think there's some agencies that aren't the best fit for you.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of it. This is why agencies get a bad name, because you're not always the best fit. And which is another reason why I'd always say if you're trying to choose an agency, choose someone that's run a business in the past.
100%. Someone's got that experience, knows exactly what position you're in, and knows where you need to go next.
Yeah, 100%. And they can relate to your brand as well. Like, so yeah, anyway, where am I going with this? Okay, so I got inspired by the fact that the results didn't convert. So the results didn't convert, and I thought, well, what am I good at? I'm good at ads. Okay. Did I want to do ads? No.
Who does?
No, not at all. But I did like to grow businesses. So I remember thinking, right, okay, I need to find some people to come on board. How am I going to find a client? I just set up an agency. I don't know. If you asked me a year prior or even 2 weeks prior, you're going to set up an agency.
What's an agency?
What's an agency? Here we are today. We've got an agency. But that's why people buy into us now.
Yeah.
Because I'm never going to sell them this story that I've wanted an agency my entire life. No, I didn't. But I was good at it. And my team are good at it. I'm a bossy cow and I want things done right. So
you're a picky twat.
I'm a fussy twat. So if things aren't done right, the team have to deal with me. Do you know what I mean? So I'm always going to push the clients to do well.
Exactly. Can you share some of the challenges you faced setting up the agency and how you've kind of navigated them?
I've navigated them with a map that's upside down, inside out, and had water all thrown over it. I've navigated it like reading a map in Chinese, to be fair.
Okay.
I have. My granddad's map. No. So... yeah, there's been lots of challenges, as you know. There's been lots of challenges. I think when you set up an agency, as I said, we didn't really have a plan. That is a challenge in itself.
Yeah.
So at the moment, we're trying to film this Road to 10K challenge, which if anyone who's listening doesn't know about it, it's a Road to 10K of me basically setting up an agency from scratch in a different niche, zero credibility. Phoebe's documenting the entire journey.
Yep.
And even that is a challenge, trying to film it, to document it and build it like a plan.
Like you've got to plan every clip out. Like you've got to think of it in a different way.
Yeah.
Normally if it's a week in the life, you just film what's going on.
Yeah.
Whereas with this, it's like, right, we want to actually show it.
So
off
it's an understanding. When I've never launched a business with an understanding. So guys, it will work. It will be good. It will be interesting. But it is hard to actually plan that out to show people. So that's a challenge. But I think one of the biggest challenges is finding your ideal client.
Yes.
And understanding that not every client in your niche is going to be your ideal client. And then it's setting the expectations that even when we've had clients in the past, we've had clients on board in the past that haven't been the best fit.
Yeah.
And when was it we got rid of the first client? Was it December? I think it was December.
Could have been, yeah.
It was December. It was Christmas time. That was a challenge because it was a big retainer to the agency. I was dead excited to have them on board originally, thought it was going to be the best thing ever. And it wasn't. And I think that's, not many people talk about the downsides in business and the downsides of working with clients that aren't the best fit. But it wasn't the best fit. And that was probably one of the biggest challenges. And while I'm on it, team. Finding the right team, building the right team, and also just working with people, finding people that have that same ambition that you have and want the best for clients as well.
Yeah, it's really hard to find people. I've always said it. Finding people who have the same passion for you as your business for you is always going to be difficult.
Yeah.
Because they're never going to see it in the same way.
Yeah.
That's why you've got
100%.
Just keep finding people that are good.
Yeah, it is. And do you know what? As things adapt over time, you do. Like as we're now transitioning over to personal branding.
Yeah.
You might have one person that's smashed social media for years on businesses, transition over to personal branding, and they're like,
what is this?
What is going on? Can't get my head around it. But that's okay.
Yeah.
They stay on that part and then you bring someone else on to specialise in personal branding. But again, you then have to find someone new. And
it's that constant having to find people.
Yeah, and I think that's any business.
Changing it up. Yeah, to be fair.
It is.
It is. It really is. With the constantly ever changing landscape of social media, how do you keep up to date with trends? How do you know that you're always going to be on top of it with clients?
No, I'm joking. Do you know what? I think trends, yes, okay, there's trending audios. You can stay on top of trending audios. For example, TikTok, you've got the creative center that you can find all like the best trending sounds or best trending audios, hashtags, everything like that. But what I would say is it's not all down to trends anymore.
Yeah.
It's, if you can create content that resonates with your audience and people can just, if you speak to your ideal audience and you're speaking to your target market, people will listen to your content. They'll watch your content, they'll engage with your content, they will message you. That's why you come across accounts that might have 100,000 followers and their engagement is on the floor, or they've got no leads coming in, or you might find an account that's got 1,000 followers, they are speaking to their audience, they haven't got viral videos, but they're getting more leads coming in because they're actually speaking to who they're trying to target.
Yeah, definitely.
So I don't even necessarily sit here and say, oh, if you keep up with this dance, which what it used to be was if you can twerk on camera.
You can do the renegade. Back to COVID times.
I wish I could dance, you know.
I wish I could dance.
We should do a dance.
I'm not going to do a dance.
Okay, holding ourselves accountable. We're going to do a TikTok dance, guys.
By the end of the year, we're going to learn how to do a TikTok dance.
Yes, by the end of the year.
I feel like that was a really long time.
It's June.
Literally still May.
Okay, fair enough. But yeah.
So, sorry for the pause. Why can't I remember it?
I can't even read.
It out.
It's okay, you're a content creator, you don't need to read.
I'm normally good with pictures. So, building a global presence requires networking.
It does.
Meeting up new people. What would you be your best tips for
networking?
Yeah. For someone new who's not done it before.
Throw yourself in at the deep end. Do you know what? That is probably my best tip. Throw yourself in at the deep end. So when it comes to networking, yes, it's overwhelming.
Scary.
It is overwhelming. Yeah. We will insert picture of Rash. So anyone who doesn't know me or will probably see it on some of my videos, what do I get, Phoebe?
You get a little heat rash. When I say little, it does sometimes go down the arms.
Up the neck.
And that's the time where you see it on videos. It's like, oh, she might be a bit nervous.
Yeah, it does. I'm like a bit
It happens when you're not nervous, though. It just happens when, we're filming a YouTube video and we're getting on with it and you're just like, oh, look at me.
I'm covered in a rash. I actually went to the doctors, didn't I? I went to the doctors about it and she told me to do drama classes.
Go to drama with your little sister.
She said, you need to go to therapy and do drama classes with your sister on a Tuesday.
Perfect.
So when I went home, so guys, my sister is 11 and I was like, I'm coming to drama with you 6 till 9 p.m. on a Tuesday. She said, no, Abbie, it's fine. They do adult classes on a Wednesday.
Perfect. Let's go. Oh my God.
It's big hive on stage. Yeah, back to networking. Sorry, I went off on my hive.
Tangent. Not us.
Yeah, okay, so best tip is obviously, throw yourself in the deep end, because what I was trying to get at that when we went on to hives, guys, was that even though you might look at people that are so confident and you might think, oh my gosh, they're so good at networking, like it's okay for them because they know what they're doing. None of us know what we're doing. I had no idea what I was doing. We went to an event the other day, didn't I?
Yeah.
And I was going up to people and I was trying to speak to them and I was like, sorry, we've just passed by. And you were like, Abbie, go up and say what you are.
You're trying to start a conversation too much in the sense of you've forgotten why we're here.
You asked me what they had for dinner last night. But that just shows though that you can get clients of people buying into you. You can mess up.
Yeah.
Don't overthink it. Don't feel as though you need to go in and speak to people with a full-on script.
So true.
People can see through scripts now. Yes, okay, we've got messaging scripts in our course, but I would never tell someone to stick to that script. Use it as a foundation.
Especially not in person. If you're networking in person, people will see your face and go, you've said that too many times to so many different people. And if you're in one room in a hall and they can see you darting about
saying the same
exact thing, they're gonna know. They're gonna see through it.
They see right through it. They can see through the bullshit. They want to get to know you. They want to see you make mistakes. They want to see you be human.
Yeah.
And I have to say that is exactly what we are, because I can't lie, I get a rush.
So, sorry, I had to read it 3 times because otherwise I'll just not get it right.
I brought you to tears. She does love me.
I just love being on the podcast. No, joke. As an entrepreneur who's gone into so many different industries, what's your best key to success?
I don't think there is a key to success. So many people ask me this all the time. What is the shortcut? What is the tips? What is the hacks? I could sit here and I could chat all sorts. I could, but you know what? That's not me being authentic. I'm going to say the best tips are to just go for it. Just get started. Fail along the way. Fail forward. If you fail backwards, that's fine. Fail forward after that. Just keep going. Keep making mistakes and keep learning from them. Because it's not going to be one thing that's going to make you successful overnight. It's going to be a compound of loads of small little things that will come together. And that is what's going to cause you to maybe blow up on social media, become successful overnight, which is why you see so many people that become successes overnight and everyone's like, oh my gosh, they became successes overnight. No, they didn't. You just didn't see the failures behind it.
You just didn't see the hard work.
No one documents the journey. You can look on my Instagram now. Yes, we're trying to share more realistic things. No one's seen the state I was in this morning, the stress I was in yesterday, the fact that I had 2 eggs all day on Monday and a bowl of Cocoa Pops for tea. Like, no one sees that. The definition of success is different for everyone.
Yeah, 100%.
It is, and I think that's how, once you realise what success is to you, that's when you can kind of determine like your path. Whereas I still haven't figured out exactly what success is to me. I know that it's freedom, it's retiring my parents, keeping you with me till the day I die, and just being able to feed my cats every week. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I can't buy Sheba, £15 for 40 packets, it's a joke.
Sorry.
£60 a month, £720 a year, just to feed them Sheba. That's before we even talk about
That would be rent.
biscuits.
No, it wouldn't. That would not be rent.
That would not be rent.
You're
living in a shack.
Rent. That's not rent.
Everyone's going to think I pay you slave labour.
Never. So, balancing academics, a gym brand, and then starting an agency. How did you balance everything that was going on at that time?
I sweated a lot.
Yeah.
I ate a lot.
Yeah.
I was miserable. No, I wasn't really. I'm joking. I'm being a bit dramatic. No, it was stressful. I was miserable. But running gym law and my law degree.
Yeah.
I did a full-time law degree. I was in uni twice a week for about 3.5 hours. That was it. So I think everyone in their heads is sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, how did she do that? Yes, I had lectures. Yes, I had essays to write. But I think when you want to do something and when you figure out what you want to do, you put that time in to figure it out.
True.
I can't say that I sat here and planned my week out and I was like, how do I get it done? Like, how am I going to accomplish it all? I just got it done. Like, but I'm saying there wasn't that much work. There was big essays to write and a lot of people do struggle. Like, I graduated with a 2-1. I did miss my graduation because it wasn't in my diary, but that's another story.
If it's not in the Google Calendar,
that's me saying I don't balance it very well because I missed my graduation. But it was one of them. I think then we hit COVID, like the last few months of it. And I'm not going to say I was lucky, but I got to do a lot of stuff from home. I also had EU lectures and truthfully, I never turned up to them. I wasn't interested in it at all. How I got past that is beyond me. If you ask me how I balanced it, didn't balance it very well. But
didn't balance. I just did it.
Law's growing.
I just got through it.
Winged it.
Winged it?
Winged it. That's what I did.
Is that right?
Wing.
I wang it. No, that's not right.
I winged it.
I winged it.
Did. I winged the journey. I did. Winged the journey and yeah. That's how we got here. I could expand on it. I could make it sound very more professional. I could sit here and say, yeah, I was really organised what I did, but I wasn't. I remember I used to drive with all my parcels, go to my lecture, then go and post gym law, then come back, schedule all my posts, create all that content, then write my essays. And I did used to sit in front of the TV till about 1 o'clock in the morning, doing all my stories for the week, booking in live workouts now I think about it. It was a long day.
To be fair.
Yeah.
It sounds a lot like what we're doing at the moment.
It does. We had live workouts Monday to Sunday on gym law every single day. So I had to arrange all them sets to be sent out to people to obviously film, make sure that they got the sets that fit them, make sure that they could get onto the account, make sure they didn't rob the account because I was giving them my login details.
Safe then.
And really also make sure they don't swear on live. So, yeah, it was stressful. But
Back to the new era.
Yeah.
So, in today's market, it's ever changing. Everything's going so fast paced. What do you think the number one thing is to thrive in social media at the moment?
The number one thing to thrive in social media? Oh, a difficult one because I'm going to say personal branding, but not everyone is confident.
Yeah.
One thing I would say if you're worried, personal branding is huge. I would push on that if you can do.
Yeah.
If you're worried about posting your face, just remember that no one gives a shiny shite what you look like. No, stop thinking that people care and stop worrying about it. Just go for it because personal branding is what will push you further than anyone else.
Yeah.
If you think about, if you've got 2 businesses, say you're a social media agency. Say you've got one agency that doesn't post about the owner. It is just graphics all on their feed. And then you've got us, for example, that are posting about talking, meeting loads of people. Who are they going to go with? Obviously us because we're amazing. But it's just that whole like people can then buy into us. So I would say push on personal branding.
100%. I'd also say consistency. Just
and
popping my thought in there.
No, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I'd say consistency is huge.
Yeah.
Being able to keep up with the demand that is social media.
Yeah.
As soon as you start feeding it and feeding it and feeding it, more and more will come back to you.
Definitely.
In followers, in likes, in views, in whatever,
100%.
and then in clients and gaining that audience.
Yeah.
So, what is the vision for the new era?
So there's a big vision going on at the moment, isn't there? Obviously, I can't say too much just yet. What I would say is luxury property.
Giving it away there.
Agents.
Yep.
Personal branding. And we're going to go global, aren't we?
Global.
So in the next few weeks, I'm going to say, people will see that obviously there's a lot of people that are nosy on Company's House, so they'll see New Era Property Group. But yeah, so the vision is, all I'm going to say is property. It's to scale Aventus.
Yeah.
To potentially rebrand into the New Era agency. Obviously linking in with the New Era podcast.
Yeah.
And New Era property. And New Era estates. So,
it all links.
It all interlinks. It all
in
makes
the works,
sense.
yeah.
But there's a big vision, and I think you've tried to test me on that one. But we will release it soon. But anyone that's obviously looking for a change of career and wants to really excel in life and make a lot of money, get in touch.
Get in touch with that girl. Thank you so much for coming on your podcast.
No, thank you for having me, Phoebe.
Yeah, so
next
welcome.
one we'll do, I'll interview you. But yeah, guys, it's just a quick one because we've got loads coming up. But anyone that, if there's anyone you want me to bring on this podcast, let us know.
Yes, definitely.
We love it, don't we?
Love it.
Peace out, guys.
Bye.